I am Geist. Geist the Bloody. I will ask. The Skyhold. Who led the attack?
Oh, il est direct.
These people don't know anything.
Preposterous. But have it your way. Perhaps their corpses will be more talkative.
Sérieux? Le visage creepy. Mais il est sérieux?
You monster!
Oh, did I kill them? Do forgive me.
New Florum's interim superintendent of education.
Comment elle se décharge?
Hetty, do see that all the necessary paperwork is filed.
Yes, ma'am. Super and what? Sorry, I'm not sure.
Now that that's taken care of, since I am so passionate about Luxembourg's cultural heritage, I will go to the ruins. While you survey people about the new school. Your stocky little legs look well suited to tromping about the town, at least. Chop chop!
Pikalutation à toutes et à tous, c'est JR le génie. On se retrouve pour l'épisode 32 de Bravely Second and LIRE sur Nintendo 3DS. On va reprendre la suite de notre aventure sur la quête annexe. Pour rappel, on devait avoir une préférence entre l'école mixte ou une école unisexe, et surtout développer pourquoi on devrait choisir l'un ou l'autre.
Stand with us against co-education! Don't allow these outsiders to come in and muddy our good morals! Take a stand against co-education! So that's the leader of the group that wants separate education?
That is correct. Miss Ria Veeling. She may come from academia, but many say she has political aspirations.
Monsieur Sandéo sur VET.
No one wants to see you out here, you saggy old head. This is the era of
Si lui il est pas prof de sport.
Co-education is the only way to the future.
Equal opportunities for men and women. One school for men and women.
And that's the leader for the co-ed supporters?
Quite so. Mr. Sweaty Tracksuit. He was hired just this spring as an interim physical education instructor.
Je me disais bien.
That mask looks awfully familiar. There you are, and in that grubby tracksuit no less. Today's the day we win this debate once and for all.
Dream on. Just you try with those old-fashioned ideals of yours.
Huh. It would seem your awareness of the times is rivaled only by your impeccable fashion sense.
Look! Forum isn't just for women any longer. Haven't you heard of the Equal Rights Act? It's the law, you old bag!
So men and women have equal rights. Why should that mean they have to study together, Men and women are different, and there's no denying that. Why should they have to do everything exactly the same way?
Oh, come off it! What's so different about us?
We wear different clothing, we show our emotions differently, we even use different toilets. It's like comparing this impeccable couture skirt of mine to a stinky, threadbare tracksuit.
Just shows what you know. I bet my tracksuit costs more than your entire outfit, and it actually covers my legs.
And the whole world thanks you for that. Some sights can never be unseen, after all. Anyhow, there is simply no reason why girls and boys should have to study together. Why, even if we were to adopt your proposal, the female-to-male ratio would be nearly 70 to 1.
Ces choix d'école commencent à se transformer directement en femme versus homme.
School in some big stinky swamp somewhere. I dare say you'd be right at home.
Why, you nasty old... Ugh. You expect boys to enjoy that kind of school life? Where's the passion? The romance?
Passion? Romance? School is a place for education, for study.
Ha! Shows what you know. Romance might be the single most important part of a student's life. Young boys and girls sitting across from each other in the classroom, stealing glances. That's all a part of education. The bittersweet taste of first love is what being young is all about. Not that an old maid like you would know anything about that.
Oh! Who are you calling an old maid? I think I've heard enough. I'd better stop this before they sink any lower with their insults.
Bon, on va tâter le terrain.
Could I have a minute of your time?
Well, you're Edéa Lee.
Oh, je connais.
I thought I knew that mask.
Aye, ma'am. Sweaty tracksuit, formerly of the attorney
Et Fury du Céleste d'éternuer.
at your service.
I do remember your mask, but I'm afraid that's all I remember.
Oh,
Oh,
dur.
that's all right. It's only natural. I left the Sky Knights 2 years ago due to an injury and returned to my home to help out. That's when I went back to school, you see. Last year, I finally got my teacher's license. It was a dream come true.
And that's when you came to Florin?
That's right. If I may ask, what brings you here, ma'am?
Miss Lee is Florim's new superintendent of education. She's here to make an important decision about the new school.
Oh, amazing! Daughter of the Grand Marshal, Knights Captain of the Ducal Guard, and now a superintendent, too!
Superintendent Lee.
Would you give it a rest, Tiz? So, why are you so gung-ho about co-education? What drove you to be the leader of this movement?
I guess I just wanted to make this new school into something like the Sky Knights.
Like the Sky Knights?
Yes, ma'am. In the Sky Knights, I served alongside both men and women. Everyone laughing and working together. Sure, we didn't always see eye to eye. Sometimes we even came to blows. But we were always there for each other. I want every young person to be able to experience that kind of camaraderie. That's my real dream.
Oh,
I've
pas
even
mal.
thought of a name for the new school. How about the Florum Academy of Passion and Pedagogy?
That's certainly a name.
I like it! Mm-hmm! The Florum School of Burning Passion and
Pecto.
Pecs!
Ah, ça doit être Barras.
Huh? What in the world?
Ouais, c'est lui.
Greetings, little friend! It's been far too long, I'd say. What was your name again?
Tracksuit, sir. Sweaty tracksuit. I was under your direct command, sir.
Oh, ho, ho! And if it ain't Edéa, how you been, girlie?
Great! Thanks, Barris.
What an imposing friend you have, Edéa. Aren't you going to introduce us?
He was one of the helmsmen of the Sky Knights, a main division of the Eternian forces.
That's right! Feast your eyes on this! You're looking at the legendary warrior, Barris LIRE!
Barris LIRE, the beast in the ring, holder of the monk asterisk. He served briefly alongside Edéa in their time as members of the Eternian Sky Knights. A born brawler who lives for the sound of flesh hitting flesh. He has a rugged charm, despite his coarse and vulgar nature. By what strange trick of fate do your paths cross anew?
So, what are y'all standing around here yammering about, huh? Let me in on the action.
Would you be willing to join the cause, sir? We could definitely use your support.
I really don't get what you're so worked up about, but you just want me to say I'm on your side, right? That good?
What? Yes, sir. To elaborate, the Sky Knights inspired me to create a learning environment unbound by traditional notions of gender and...
Yeah, sounds good. I'll leave the pesky details to you, kid. I'm on your side. Whatever it is you want to do. Bet you're feeling pretty lucky right about now, huh? Huh? Who wouldn't? I'm planning to stick around town for a while, so give a holler if you need me. See ya, tracksuit.
Why do I get the feeling he has no idea what he just agreed
Tu
to?
m'étonnes.
I have a bad feeling about all this. Again.
Eh bien le
Well,
encore.
Superintendent Lee, shall we go hear what Miss Veeling has to say next?
Ok, du coup on aura le choix entre Paras, la classe du moine et qui d'autre. On va aller voir ça. Elle est tellement classe cette ville quand même. Je me suis arrêté comme ça juste pour voir le panneau de la ville. Mais elle est connue des deux parties.
Oh, and after I'd gone to such lengths to hide my past in the Duchy's armed forces. Fine, I'll confess. You forced it out of me. I know you've come all this way to track me down.
No, that's really not.
3 years ago, I came with the Blood Rose Legion to corrupt this nation and its people. True, I was only following orders, but still, I knew I had to do something to atone for my crimes, and so I dedicated myself to education. Yes, with this. Education for the educationally challenged. Get your teaching license
Oh.
in just 30 days with our patented
Elle est
method.
grave motivée.
I studied until I sweat blood, and finally, I became a teacher in this country. Florum is a heavenly nation indeed, full of natural beauty and blessed with a sensitive and gentle-hearted citizenry. I want to preserve its beauty and harmony for generations to come. That is why I teach the girls here as I do.
Such noble resolve. Yes, it has touched me to
Non.
my core.
Oh, Einherja?
Je m'en serais pas douté.
Einherja Venus, unrelenting warrior and holder of the Valkyrie asterisk, eldest of the Venus sisters, and part of the Blood Rose Legion with whom Edéa and her friends did battle. Having studied the sword under the same master, she is more than a match for Edéa in strength of both body and will. By what strange trick of fate do your paths cross anew?
Well, did she just jump out of the sky? I take it this is another of your acquaintances, Edéa?
I'm afraid so. The Valkyrie Einherja Venus. We studied together under Master Kami Izumi. What are you doing back here in Florum?
Why, for my training, of course. Why else?
Ever the model warrior. Don't you ever relax?
Commander Einherja!
Yes? You were one of my soldiers, weren't you, Miss,
Veeling! Rhea Veeling! It was my pleasure to serve, ma'am!
Your efforts on this nation's behalf. They have made a deep impression on me. Seeing your deeds makes me proud to call myself your former commander.
The honor is mine!
So let me get this straight. To preserve Florum's beauty and harmony, you think boys and girls should be taught separately?
Precisely. I would not deny men equal rights. But why should boys and girls have to learn together?
Miss Lee here is the acting superintendent of education. If you have an opinion about the new school, please share it.
I believe I've made my feelings clear. Oh, but I have thought of a possible name for the school. What would you think of this? St. Floria's Academy for Girls!
Yeah, that'll make boys feel real welcome.
A fine name. Elegant and dignified. I wish I'd thought of it myself. We must do whatever we can to see that your ideas are heard. The future of this nation's educational system is at stake.
Yes, ma'am!
It looks like we'll be seeing a lot of each other from now on, Edéa. It's good to have you on our side. Till we meet again, comrades!
No,
Eh, hey, j'ai pas encore choisi mon parti.
Now then, Miss Lee, you have heard both sides' opinions. What is your decision?
If it's okay, I'd like to make my report directly to the Chancellor.
Certainly, Miss Lee. Chancellor Duet is currently visiting the Twilight Ruins. You will find her in the Western Village
Les
there.
ruines de minuit.
I trust you will think things over very carefully before rendering your decision.
Tu parles d'un choix. Bon, on va commencer à sortir de la ville du coup. Bon alors les ruines elles se trouvent à gauche, on va commencer à s'y diriger tout de suite. Ça doit être la première grotte que j'ai rencontrée lorsque j'ai accosté sur ce continent. Tiens, allez voilà. C'est bien ça. Ok. Oh, des interrupteurs. D'accord. Bon, on va activer tout de suite le jaune alors, du coup ça va être le premier interrupteur à utiliser. Bon, dans le donjon ça va être simple. L'interrupteur va pouvoir activer une porte et en désactiver une autre. Du coup on va switcher entre deux portes à chaque fois. Cette mécanique de donjon elle était déjà présente dans le premier. Du coup dans ce donjon là ça a pas l'air d'être compliqué. J'ai juste le choix entre le chemin et un coffre. Donc c'est rapide comme choix. Là cette fois-ci c'est le contour du verre. Ah voilà le dernier. Ah je me disais qu'il y avait forcément quelque chose ici. On a fini avec l'étage. Bon, il y a quoi ici? Ok, cette fois-ci c'est le tour de l'interrupteur vert. On va le désactiver tout de suite. Ça me fait mon petit chemin vers un coffre. Oh, je vais désactiver ça aussi. Ça va me faire mon chemin pour la gauche. Tiens. J'ai ça à récupérer. Ça c'est fait. J'ai envie de frôler les murs au cas où s'il y a un passage secret. Je suis sûr qu'il y a un objet caché. Donc là c'est bon. On a fini avec le jaune, on a fini avec le rouge. Je pense qu'on finit avec le vert là. Ah bah non, il y a un objet ici. Il n'y a pas d'objet caché. Ok, ça c'est fait. Ok, alors là, qu'est-ce que je vais faire? Je vais déjà essayer de désactiver ça. Récupérer le coffre qui est là. Le vent arctique. Donc là, le chemin il est ouvert ici. Jaune, ça ferait quoi? On va tester. S'il y a un interrupteur à gauche, ça le fait. Oh, il y a même un objet. Facile. Oula, je sais même pas pourquoi j'ai fait ça. Donc on va récupérer ça. Des gants d'artisan. Ah, rien ici, c'est plutôt ici. Ok. Un autre étage de fini. Alors qu'est-ce qu'il y a ici? Il y a d'abord un objet à gauche. Donc ça c'est fait. J'ai plus l'air d'avoir besoin du bleu pour l'instant. On va aller sur le côté droit. Ouais non ça ce sera après. Ça va pas être utile maintenant. Par contre sur cet étage, ça pue l'objet caché. Et le rouge ça sert à quoi? D'accord. Bon bah on va réactiver le vert. Sceptre ancrage. Donc ça c'est fini. On va vraiment fouiller les murs maintenant. À la recherche de l'objet caché. Tiens, par la même occasion, je réactive ça, comme ça je suis tranquille. Bon, admettons, il est pas sur le côté droit. Et même ici. Bon, il nous reste plus que le côté gauche alors du coup à visiter. Non plus, pas ici. Ça commence à être tendu. J'approche de la fin. Ah, quand même. Arc d'ange. Bon. Oh, un petit renard. On en profite.
So, Edéa, I understand you studied the sword with Einherja. But what about this Barris person? He's from Eternia too, oui? Yeah. How many years ago was it when we first met? I remember it was just after I joined Master's school. That winter, Eternia was full of talk of an abominable snowman. Supposedly it was prowling the western corridor and ambushing unwary travelers. So I decided to go and deal with it myself.
Rien que ça.
How old were you then? 10? 12? Old enough to handle a sword, I can say that.
What? Nobody tried to stop you?
Sure, they tried, but I was having none of it. I even convinced Alternus to come with me.
Convinced or forced?
Je pense même pas qu'elle fasse la
Anyway,
nuance.
we headed straight for the western corridor. But Einherja caught us before we got there. She'd been sent to bring me back. Alternus tried to help me get away, but Einherja got the jump on him, and my little game was over. Oh, you should have heard me whine. Einherja couldn't wait to get me back to town. But after all the running around and chasing, we were pretty exhausted, all three of us. That's when the blizzard hit. The world turned white. We could barely see, and then a giant figure slowly emerged.
The abominable snowman!
He knocked out Einherja before she knew what hit her. Alternus moved to protect me, but soon he too was on the ground, unconscious. Then it was my turn. I don't know how much time passed. I awoke inside a cave, warmed by a small campfire. When I looked around me, I saw Anheria on the ground, and also Alternus, battered and beaten. Then I heard the thud of heavy footsteps, and a giant shadow loomed across the cave wall.
The abominable snowman!
I knew it had come to eat us, but I didn't even have the strength to stand. I trembled in terror as the giant slowly turned and bared its gruesome fangs at me.
Yikes!
Then, I passed out again. Several days later, I was kneeling on the floor in fencing class, getting a real dressing down from Master. Father had already given me a spanking I wouldn't soon forget. It still stings just thinking about it.
Wow, so, you made it out alive?
Quelle question?
Well, obviously. Otherwise I wouldn't be here telling you the story, would I?
Well, so, what happened to the, abominable snowman?
Let me guess.
Elle est géniale, savoir.
Barris, right?
What? Barris was the abominable snowman?
Don't be silly. Sir Heinkel had ordered Barris to chase the monster away.
Whew, that's a relief. But there really was an abominable snowman?
Kind of. As it turned out, it was just an ice golem that had escaped captivity. It had knocked us out before we could get a good look at it. But Barris showed up and drove it off before it could do any real damage.
Huh. Then after, in the cave...
It was Barris who carried us there, to keep us warm and treat our wounds.
So the second time you passed out, that was Barris?
Yeah, that really cheesed him off. I just grinned at you and you conked out like I was some hulking beast, he said. I guess it hurt his feelings or something. Maybe he's more sensitive than he looks. Every time he saw me, every time, he'd bring up how I fainted at the sight of him. Anyway, he and Alternus ended up as good friends. And Anheria joined Master's school to study the spear. I guess you could say it was the abominable snowman who brought us all together. Anyhow, those two are impossible to talk to. Stubborn as behemoths, the both of them. What was it they say? Birds of a feather?
Manuela qu'en profite pour piquer un peu.
What's that supposed to mean?
Bon, j'imagine que j'arrive à la fin du donjon. On va s'intéresser au choix.
Magnificent! Absolutely astounding! Oh, and so well preserved! Yes, I can see no reason not to register these ruins as Luxembourg's 3,867th Cultural Heritage Site!
Just as you say, ma'am, you've been so enthusiastic in your duties, nominating every ruin of any possible cultural significance. Why, you've registered so many sites that not being registered has also become a mark of prestige and culture. Yes, I'd say that this would be a perfect 3,867th Cultural Heritage Site. Nice and tidy and compact and boring.
Yes, I know it all already. No need to preach to the choir, darling. Let's set those lips.
Excuse me?
Hello, and who might you be, little girl?
Elle est sérieuse. Elle s'en souvient même
That
plus.
is Miss Edéa Lee, ma'am. The young lady that
Elle a
you
juste fait ça pour se
recently
débarrasser de la
named
tâche.
Superintendent of Education in Florum.
Oh, of course! Yes! I had not forgotten, dear. I simply didn't recognize her face at first. And what is the superintendent here for, hmm? Oh, wait, I remember. Yes, that's it. She was to investigate whether the new academy in Florum should be co-educational or not.
Precisely, ma'am.
Ah, qualité.
Yes, of course.
J'ai juste remarqué son nom.
I'm so on top of things, it's frightening. Now, let us hear your opinion, Superintendent. Shall we separate boys and girls in the new school or not? Let's have it out of you. No dawdling.
Well, you see,
Enough waffling! Are you trying to vex me, you vexing vixen? Can't you make a
Elle
civil
est
decision?
sérieuse? comment elle met la pression.
Take as much time as you need, Edéa. After all, your choice is probably going to drag us into a battle against the losing faction.
You think so too?
J'ai bien aimé la remarque de Tease qui faisait attention justement au fait qu'on va affronter l'autre comme d'habitude. On va se montrer la première scène pour une école mixte.
The new school in Florum should be co-educational.
And your reasons?
Florum has finally recognized the equality of the sexes and been reborn as a nation where men and women live together in harmony. Tradition is all well and good, but even the Sacred Flower Festival has changed. Why shouldn't its schools be any different?
I object, Superintendent Edéa Lee.
Elle a coupé la
You
parole.
didn't even let me finish.
You dare stomp on the hopes and dreams of my loyal subordinate Edéa? And to argue in favor of co-education, no less. You would sully the elegant traditions of this great nation in the name of some passing fad. You're a disgrace to educators everywhere. That's what you wanted me to say, right, VEUILLEZ?
Battez Edéa pour obtenir l'astérisque des Valkyries. Dans ce cas, vous ne recevez pas l'astérisque des moines, réfléchissez bien. Valkyrie frappe et se replie aussitôt en bondissant, saute très haut et retombe en infligeant de terribles attaques à des groupes d'ennemis. Moine, combattant à la force peu commune, qui n'a pas besoin d'armes pour infliger de terribles dégâts aux ennemis isolés. Peuvent dire désolé Edéa, je suis pour une éducation mixte, ou laissez-moi y réfléchir.
This is it, Edéa. I advise you to reconsider your choice.
On va tout de suite s'intéresser à l'autre choix. Garçons et filles doivent être séparés.
Florum's new school should keep students separated by gender.
And your reasons?
It's true that Florum has established an equal rights law. Men and women can both make their homes here. And the Sacred Flower Festival isn't just some beauty contest for girls anymore. Now both genders can compete with their inner beauty.
Yes! And doesn't all this support the idea of boys and girls learning together?
It's not that simple.
Au final, c'est quand même pour promouvoir l'égalité.
You can't just throw away years of tradition like yesterday's leftovers. Look, Florum used to be a haven for women and women alone. Then the duchy showed up and the nation was thrown into chaos. Finally, that ugly period of history is over, and peaceful days have returned. Florum can't afford to...
Heaven, you say? A future where boys and girls study together, laughing and crying and falling in and out of love. That would be true heaven!
That was quick. I'm still talking here, okay?
What was that? Huh? You looking for a fight? Or maybe a fight's looking for you?
Mr. LIRE, did you hear what she just said? Superintendent Lee is proposing that the new school should be segregated by gender.
She did now? Well, that's a bad thing, right?
Le mec, il est même pas concerné.
If
Il
boys
s'en
and
fout.
girls aren't allowed to study together, then all the awesome manly words like burning and passion and pecs will be cut from the school's name.
What? You'd go that far? Oh, that's low, even for a girl.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Lower than low. That's why we have to stop her, even if it comes to fisticuffs.
Sounds about right to me.
Battez Barras et que vous gagnerez l'astérisque des moines. Désolé Barras, je vote pour la tradition. Allez, on va faire, laissez-moi y réfléchir.
No way! You're just gonna leave me hanging like that?
Ok, on a eu l'opportunité de voir les deux scènes. Du coup, moi, je reviens un petit peu en arrière. Je vais en profiter pour faire rapidement mon level up et surtout remplir le bestiaire de la zone. Bon, comme vous le savez déjà, on va s'arrêter là pour cet épisode. On a un choix à faire entre l'astérisque de la Valkyrie et celle du moine. Et bien sûr, à choisir aussi si on préfère avoir une école mixte ou une école unisexe. N'oubliez pas de vous abonner pour ne pas manquer la suite. De liker, commenter et partager votre avis parce que j'aimerais bien savoir votre avis sur les deux plans. quel astérisque vous aurez préféré, la Valkyrie ou le moine, ou bien tout simplement au niveau de l'école, quelle est votre position dessus. Moi je vous donne mon avis dans le prochain épisode. Du coup je vous fais plein de Pikaputou, on se retrouve très vite pour la suite de l'aventure. Sur ce, portez-vous bien.